And here we are, episode 9 of Lower Decks. Season 2 is already up. They've been dropping these like earlier and earlier and earlier each week. It's good, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
people get to
Never
watch it a little
bad,
bit earlier. Yeah, yeah. Or I will never complain about earlier.
right?
How are you guys doing? What's new? Anyone?
Uh, I'm good. We had the season 1 finale of What If last night. I won't spoil it in case you guys haven't seen it, but I will say really, really good action sequences.
Ooh.
That was probably the highlight, so that was pretty fun. Yeah, I'm still kind of pumped from that. That was very fun. The watch along was really fun too. We were
Yeah.
we were kind of crazy when we were watching.
Yeah, I kept having to turn you guys down because I was like, I can't hear the episode.
Episode is that good, huh?
There's a lot of really good, like, because it's really like kind of the big climactic action, like battle that
Yeah.
we've been waiting for the whole season. So
Gotcha.
we were very excited about it.
A little bit.
I still haven't watched last week's episode. I need to get on that.
Personally, I like last week's. Like looking back at it, I like last week's more than this week for plot, but
Mm.
the fight scene was really the fight scenes are really cool in this one. They took like literally we're watching, we're like, okay, it has to be close to the end, right? And we look at there, it's only like halfway through the episode. We're like, oh shit, what's coming next?
Does it leave any sort of cliffhangery thing for season
Yep.
2? Nice.
2 pretty big ones.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I just I what was it? A couple episodes ago when uh it's what was it? It was the end of Party Thor, or and
I
the
will say
Watcher even goes, "What?"
yeah, I will say as someone who wasn't as big of a fan of the Party Thor episode, he's much better in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because in this episode, I mean, it's less college broy a little bit.
Mm.
Well, part of it is like in his own episode, there was no straight man for him to play against. You know, it
Yeah,
was
that's
just
true.
him being ridiculous the whole time. So this one, it's him being ridiculous in really tense situations. So it works really well.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
So I
Playing off
appreciated
the
that character.
tenseness as opposed to just being silly.
Yeah, I appreciated that character way more in this episode.
Gotcha.
Jamie, what about you? How's your week been?
You can't complain. It's been good.
Good.
There's sorry, I'm getting through the commercials so we don't have to wait.
They seem like they're really grabbing your attention. Are you going to go out and get medication for
No, today
rosacea or something?
all the there weren't any medical commercials. It was there's that furniture that's from LA called Outer. I guess a couple of guys they made furniture for LA because LA's better enjoyed outdoors.
If you have like a yard or a deck or something, not if you, it's like so mean if you live in an apartment.
Well, like
Well,
most
you
of
better
us in LA.
outdoors. Sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know what the median price here for just an apartment is. What, like 1,500 for like a studio apartment or something?
Yeah. I mean, you can find it cheaper, but I mean,
you gotta look.
Like
depends on where you live.
Around you too.
You could probably get in most cities in America right now. You could probably get a mortgage that's less than most rent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's oh gosh. Anyway, that's what I spent my week doing, was looking at a lot of stuff. But I don't know. I finished season 1 of Discovery, and I was gonna start season 2, but there's something up with the Paramount app, and I have to. Well, I don't have to, but if I want to watch anything on my main TV, I have to cast to it.
That's weird.
When it comes to Paramount Plus, because it's an older TV and the Paramount app doesn't work on it. But right now, the Paramount app is not casting anything, or at least, and I've been trying to find if it's like needs an update or whatnot, but nothing's online about it. But
That's weird.
So that's been annoying.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happens at the beginning of Discovery Season 2, even though I'm, 3 years past that or 2 years past it at this point.
You can get the cliff notes.
Right.
Mark, how about yourself?
I'm wearing a hat.
You
That's
are wearing a
about
hat.
it. I am wearing a hat. Nothing's been
What have
going
you
on.
done this week? I'm wearing a hat.
That's all I've been wearing now.
It's because
I've
the roof of the shed blew off, so now he needs a hat.
I know, right? It's a bit wet in here. Like, it's still going strong. It's not fallen down. It's been around. I can see it from here.
Yeah.
It's like it's quite nice. I've not done
Please
done
take
much.
a picture of it so that next week we can have the shed on
You said you
the
would,
pilot
yeah.
instead of Lower Decks.
Do you want a proper picture of the shed, or do you just want to see it from where I can see it right now?
It needs to have like proper lighting, a good angle.
Yeah, it's
No
gotta be
glare from the
like
window.
Oh,
best
okay.
picture ever.
Okay, I'll go downstairs later and I'll take a photo and I'll put it in the chat and I'll be like, look what I built, and then you'll be like, damn, that's some good shed building skills there, and I'll be like, damn right. Next is a tiny home.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm having trouble with my headphones, so please excuse me.
Yeah, take your
Okay.
time.
What
Not that you can't
else?
hear us.
Yeah, that's it really. It's all I've really
Just
done.
crazy.
Finger
I
guns.
also saw people complain about Star Trek.
Oh man, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that. So for me, the whole thing kind of started because I don't know if you guys know who Hector Navarro is. He's a writer over at Nerdist, and he had just posted something about really liking the season of Star Trek and posted a GIF from the first episode of Ransom getting the strange energies.
Yeah, before he turned into a giant head that tried to eat. Yeah, it's great.
So I replied to him just saying, overall, I think Lower Decks has one of the best first seasons of any of the Star Trek series, because like most of the Star Trek series have had really rough first seasons.
Slow to get there.
Yeah, slow to build, just kind of like off episodes, like Naked Time, But
Scarred forever from literally a minute and 30 seconds of Naked Time, and the fact that there's an entire episode of Naked Time, horrifying.
Right?
Horrifying.
But someone felt the need to jump in there and just voice his opinion about how he doesn't like the show, and got really aggressive about it for absolutely no reason. No one was
Arguing.
like no one was provoking it. Like, he replied to us. Like, we didn't jump into his conversation talking about how we love the show and that he's an idiot because he hates it. He jumped into our discussion talking about how we like the show, expressing that we're stupid for liking it. And but it came around to that one scene, and I'm like, I don't see the problem. It's just so
Which one?
so bizarre.
The Naked Time one?
Yeah, where Boimler with his legs spread.
Super ridiculous and gross, but even I will admit you don't see anything.
Yeah. You don't see anything, and there's more that's implied in previous seasons in like a bunch of random episodes. So I don't see the problem with them putting something on the screen that they would have put on the screen 30 years ago if they were allowed to.
Well, it kind of like when I was watching one guy's video about it, and like I think about all the episodes. Like if everyone got really uppity about Boimler like being the eagle and showing his windmill to everyone, then I was like, why wouldn't people be angry at Tasha Yar and Data? Or the fact is that in some episodes of Star Trek, like you have Deanna Troi comes in. It's like much later on in the season where she's under the influence of another alien and literally seduces ensigns, attacks Will, and then it's like, well, that was probably the highlight you could ever have in the series. You can show nudity, so why wouldn't people get uppity?
Are we forgetting Sex Ghost Candle? How did that not get
an issue?
Exactly. Because like Naked Time, don't get me wrong, that was gross. I was not here for it. It was funny, but I was not here for it because I personally just love Mariner's reaction of, nope, eject me into space. I will die and fail this test because that was just so perfect. But Sex Ghost Candle, way worse because what even is that? Just insane.
So funny
could-
story about the Sex Ghost Candle too. This actually kind of ties into something that's happening on Friday. As soon as we work out the details.
Are we watching Sex Ghost Candle?
No, but the guy who was the sex ghost from the candle is the same guy who plays Dracula in Monster Squad, which we are going to be watching on Twitch Friday night. We haven't decided what time yet, but we'll be doing a smoke along while watching, or drink along, or just eat whatever you want to eat if you don't partake in any of that kind of stuff.
Are you gonna watch?
Friday
Are
night.
you gonna light a candle?
Yes.
You have to have a candle as like this, like the screen, like the weight screen now.
Oh yeah, of course.
I generally thought you were going to go this Friday on Twitch. We are going to interview the guy because he's in Dracula, and I was going to go just start asking him about stuff.
This Friday live on Twitch, I'm lighting my own sex ghost candle. We'll see what happens.
You start with like, what was it like playing Dracula? Very quickly segue. So you're a ghost from a sex candle. What was that like? He's like, what?
So for the next 20 minutes, that's all we're going to be talking about. How did you feel like seducing Beverly Crusher and Beverly Crusher's mum? How did you do it? What was it?
Grandmother and probably great grandmother and great great grandmother.
Did you take inspiration from your work? Did you actually go out and do this sort of thing?
Did you bring anything from your portrayal of Dracula into your portrayal of the sex candle ghost?
It's really good.
As research for both, did you like wait for women's like by their window, look for the candles, and then knock on the window to see if you can seduce them? I'm a ghost. Let me in.
Can you imagine? He was like, so yeah, I really took inspiration. I looked up months of research. I did properly. I went to different towns in Ireland, Scotland, everywhere, and I found all of it, and it was perfect. And now there are candles around the world because of me.
Or he just looks really haunted, and he's like, "That wasn't. That was based on something real. Found it. Don't want to talk about it any more than that."
Or he's like, good question. No one's ever asked me about the sex candle.
Can you imagine trying to ask that in an interview and not sound like a crazy person?
Oh, I could do it.
I could do it.
Yeah.
If
you
I
always
ever
sound like
run
a crazy
into him,
person, Josh.
I mean that's accurate.
You're like, that's my brand.
Once again, the episode is already up, but before we get into that, I just want to talk about a couple of things that popped up in the news this past week. First, William Shatner is actually going into space. He is going to be hopping aboard the Blue Horizon, which is Jeff Bezos's spaceship.
You mean Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah, I guess he's Lex Luthor.
Do you think William Shatner texted Patrick Stewart when
we say before the Amazon Prime watch along?
We should. But I saw an interview with him a couple of hours ago on CNN, and he was talking about he kept calling training rehearsals.
Oh my god! Of course he did.
But
wear uniform.
Dude is hilarious. He is like absolutely off his rocker, but he is a hilarious guy.
Yo, have you seen him trying to play anyone other than like William Shatner? He doesn't. He plays William Shatner playing someone else, and it does not work. Like I watched, there was a show on Sci-Fi I liked called Haven. He was like the bad guy the last season. And you're just like, it's William Shatner trying to be menacing. This doesn't work.
Like even Boston Legal, where he was a completely different kind of character, he was still William Shatner.
Yeah.
That's because he probably went, oh, that Star Trek role was really good. I'm gonna keep that up. Everyone loves Kirk.
He's made an entire living off of this, so
yeah. Can't knock it.
I mean,
everyone loves Kirk.
That is part of the industry. There are actors who simply just know how to be themselves very well.
Yeah,
I mean, caricatures of themselves.
Bruce Willis is basically that.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few out there, but yeah, for the Bruce Willis plays similar types the entire time.
You got the guy from the Fast and the Furious franchise, whose name is escaping me at the moment.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
hmm
Yeah.
he's just
Yep.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Um.
Except his voiceover work. His voiceover work falls into very little words. Iron Giant and Groot. That two of my
All
favorites.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
They're
Well, I
freaking
mean,
great.
fantastic.
Iron Giant is a fantastic movie,
Oh my god, it's phenomenal.
and
Yep.
I mean, Vin Diesel really didn't have that much to do with it being a great movie. But
But
like he
it
wasn't
worked
bad.
for
Yeah,
what it
it worked.
was.
It worked.
If
But
they had a cast like, I don't know, Carrot Top to be the voice of the Iron Giant or Gilbert Gottfried or something,
oh,
Oh,
Gilbert
Gilbert
Gottfried
Gottfried
would
be
great.
amazing.
You
Or
say
would
that
be
like we
better.
don't want that.
well, I mean, okay, not that
I
I have
can see
nothing
the
wrong with
Iron
either of
Giant
them, but
right now, telling the aristocrats. That's what I want. Or yelling
Also,
I've
if
about
Carrot Top
Aladdin not
voiced,
showing up.
yeah, if Carrot Top voiced the Iron Giant, would the Iron Giant need to have like red hair
props.
painted on?
Just
Yeah.
props. Just props.
He'd need to have props. Maybe he would have a wig, a red wig that he could
Right?
take on and off.
All right, let me.
The big moment where he's like, I am Superman. He's like, 1 sec. Has to tie a cape around first.
Let's switch our screen over here briefly. All right. So now on the screen, I know I sent you guys the link for this, so you don't have to wait for it to pop up on YouTube. You can just look at them on the website there. Let me get over to the right.
I just saw your message,
Image here.
Mark, and I'm really scared to ask who you're talking about.
Gilbert Gottfried reading
Okay.
the books of shade. Perfect is perfect.
Oh, Donnie was introduced to Vin Diesel through the Iron Giant. That's cool.
I mean, I think that was like his.
Sure, a
first
lot of
role.
people were.
I
Yeah.
think
One of his
I
first
didn't
roles.
know it was Vin Diesel. Like
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
introduction to Vin Diesel was Pitch Black.
Yeah, I think that was mine too.
I don't remember. So probably Iron Giant.
I mean, Iron Giant is definitely
Mine
the
was-
first time I heard him. But Pitch Black was the first time, like, I saw him and recognized him as being Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
But
I think my favorite is Groot.
yeah, out of
Groot's
his characters,
adorable.
Yeah, absolutely. On the screen right now, we have the first character poster from Prodigy that was recently released. This is the character Jancom Pog.
Yeah, that's what you get for laughing at my horrible pronunciations for the last like month.
I just like his name is
Jankum?
Pog. No, I'm gonna go with Jancom or Jonkum or something like that. Jankum
Jankum.
just
Yeah,
I don't know.
Looking at
Jankum
this guy,
sounds dirty to me.
looking at this guy, you can tell he's probably the engineer. He's got like a bunch of tools and stuff hanging off him. He's got a robotic
What if-
arm.
What if he's the medic? Why couldn't he be the medic?
He could be the medic.
Well, because his arm
Can
got
you
blown
imagine
off
if-
and he didn't fix it, so he can't be that good at it.
Well, he fixed his own arm. Like
If
I
you're
don't
the
know.
medic, your fix should not be meh. I'll let this one not be there anymore, and I'll get a robot one. It's
But
cool.
what's he gonna do? One arm it the whole time?
No, but if
I
he
think that's
was like
pretty
a
good.
medic, I would rather have seen that he like I don't know patched it up so his arm wasn't gone. Also, this is like Star Trek, like future-y stuff. So why can't they get like their
Why-
limbs reattached or regrown or have a like prosthetic limb that looks like human, like Star Wars?
Well, because obviously in the Star Trek universe, stem cell research was banned.
Oh, is that why the guy has to stay blind and stuff?
I think we figured it out.
Sure. So let me back up for a second. So this Jankum
Yeah.
Pog, Jankum Pog, whatever his name is, it works because he's voiced by Jason Mantzoukas. So
Oh, cool.
you know.
I bet I know what happened in the Star Trek universe. The person that was working on the cutting edge stem cell research got left behind by the Cerritos on a satellite and just
Yep.
died.
Well, I mean, there is a whole thing about eugenics in Star Trek.
Oh, that's true. Actually, the eugenics war. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that could be a thing, but
Yeah.
I doubt
Maybe
it.
we did solve it.
This image is Murph and Rock Talk. Murph
Which is which?
Murph is the little little pet looking thing.
The one that I like the best?
Yeah,
That
why
makes
that's
sense.
also voiced by D. Bradley Baker.
Yes. He, for all of you folks who are not Star Wars folks, is all the clones in Clone Wars and Rebels and Bad Batch. He is the best.
He's amazing at what he does. He is so good. And the bigger one is Rock Talk, and she is voiced by Riley Alazraki.
That's weird. I assumed it was going to be Taika Waititi since that's clearly Korg's daughter,
Could be his cousin.
right? I don't know. Like, that would be perfect.
Is it
Let's see
Gwen?
what we got next.
Is that what they called her?
Rock Talk.
Gwen.
Yeah. Next
Oh no,
is
Rock Talk.
next is Zero, played by Angus Emery. This thing looks
The
kind of dope.
robot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a robot. I don't know what the deal with this guy's gonna be.
He's a robot
Well,
built the wrong way.
Based on his eye, he clearly has a death ray. So he's probably
Yeah.
going to annihilate anyone that gets too close to them.
His race is called Medusan. Medusan.
That doesn't sound like a good guy.
There was one of these previously in an episode of the original series called "Is There in Truth No Beauty?" It's a non-corporeal and genderless energy-based life form, knows to con insanity to any humanoid who gazes upon its natural form. So because of that, he wears a containment suit, so he's not a robot.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
so this is our non-binary character. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's our
That's-
non-binary character who looks like a robot, and if he was a robot, would run on binary. I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
Next up is Dahl, who is played by Brett Gray. If you guys want to see an interview with him talking about his introduction to Star Trek and how he kind of got into the creative mode needed for this character, you can check that out over on Bad Culture TV. Or if you head over to our website, theilluminardi.com, you can find an article there that has a transcript of it along with the video linked inside. He's a unknown alien race. We don't have a name for him. We just know that he's purple, obviously, because we can see him. And he claims the captain's chair on the protostar.
Literally all of the other ones look like they could fight him for it. So
Probably.
Yeah. It seems like he comes from the planet PS2, where he's just like Ratchet and Clank and all the good old PS2 games. He's a peppy young boy.
Also, does he have like a rat tail, or is that something else?
Right.
I don't believe that's his hair. I think that's like a tendril of some kind, but it definitely looks like a rat tail.
Right, it's a weird
I
choice.
I imagine the 3D modelers were like, oh, I can't really be bothered to take these pixels out. Let's leave it in. And it's just like, but it just be cut off so easily. Just delete this frame. Just leave it in. It's too much work.
He claims the captain chair because that like plugs into something.
Yeah, say it's,
Oh,
it's
God,
like
no.
the Avatar people.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was so freaking creepy.
Okay,
Their
so
brains connect and they have sex. Also, their brains connect to their animals that they ride as transportation. That seems wrong.
Yeah.
The next one I got is Gwyn. Gwyn is an interesting one. So we actually had breakdowns for this character. I want to say late last year, maybe earlier this year, and it revealed that her race is called the Vau-N'Akat. Now, the thing that's weird is it says that she's hiding her true Vau-N'Akat form.
Ooh.
So
bet she's a Cardassian.
we don't know.
And-
Yeah, I was gonna say Gold Ducat, right?
Right, yeah, and apostrophe AKAT.
Who guesses
not
that she's
Ducat.
head of security?
But her description.
No, she's the medic.
Yes.
With the sword, clearly.
Her description is a little bit
It's a
different.
large scalpel.
So she's 17 years old. She's a new race that we've never seen before. And she was raised on her father's desolate mining planet and grew up dreaming of exploring the stars. She's played by British actor Ella Purnell, who was recently in Army of the Dead.
Janeway. It's like Janeway. I know you are.
Either they changed the character from what was in the character breakdown, or there's something else that's hidden beneath there that we're going to find out somewhere down the line in the species.
She's a Sith Lord. Look at her.
Oh, absolutely.
She's an awesome ass Sith Lord.
I love your she's the medic, because all I picture now is someone being like, paper cut. She's like, gotta amputate.
See, I can imagine her going up to Janeway and going, going hey, Janeway, I know you're a hologram, but you tell this to Starfleet. My father was Neelix. And she's like, I'm going to be the cook. God damn it. Get her out of here.
Is that her knife for cooking? She stands 3 feet away and just chopping.
She's the new Salt Bae.
Oh.
Also, Jankum Pog is voiced by the dude that was the crazy guy in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's hilarious.
And also the other AI thing in The Good Place. Made
Good
by
Place.
Janet.
Janet's boyfriend. Yeah.
Yep.
Who had wind chimes instead of a penis. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Show is so good.
I love he gets brought to the chick that's in the middle, and he's just like, I have wind chimes instead, and she's just like, all right, I'll figure it out.
The thing that's interesting about that character too is he's a Tellarite, and this guy does not look any. I know that probably doesn't mean anything to you, Caitlin, but he doesn't look like the Tellarites that we've seen up until now. Like they're a little bit more. I mean, he's not humanoid, but the Tellarites are usually like regular person. They just have not fangs, but like almost like saber-tooth teeth coming up.
Yeah, and quite a bit of hair.
Yeah.
Maybe he shaves.
Maybe
files his teeth down.
The last character poster that we have though is Captain Janeway, who will be appearing as a hologram to the kids on the Protostar.
That's a totally new character too, right?
New to you.
Yes.
I'm kidding. I knew that one, guys. I'm not that dead.
No, we knew.
So that's
want to let the chat know I'm not that completely unaware.
So that was all the new character posters. Those came out, I want to say, the day after we did the last show. So that would have been Thursday last week.
Yeah.
Is there a character poster of William Shatner going into space?
There will be next week or 2 weeks, whenever it is that he goes up.
Or him doing training and being like, I'm ready for practice. Or what did he say?
Rehearsal.
There's also in Prodigy, you're going to have John Noble voicing a character.
And Jimmy Simpson.
Yeah.
They're both villains too, so I'm really excited about that.
Of course John Noble's a villain. John Noble's always a villain.
Well,
even when
he's not always a villain. In Fringe, he wasn't a villain.
Well,
Walter was the epitome of bad guy. He kidnapped a kid and was like, this is my son now, even though he's from an alternate universe and I've accidentally caused a war.
And Walternate was definitely a bad guy.
Well, Walternate was a huge bad guy, but Walter was mirror universe. He was he was hurting. And we didn't know that Pacey was mirror Pacey for 2 seasons.
Are you excusing the fact that he kidnapped a child by he was so sad?
Well, wasn't it that he was sick and he was like, I can save the kid?
Yeah,
well, he was sick.
Bring him back.
But Walternate would have been terrible to him. So he probably is a better person because of it.
First off, Walter was a shit dad anyways. And there's no proof Walternate would have been a horrible dad.
Without Pacey around, that's true. Dawson was a much better person because Pacey was around, so Walternate probably would have been a much better Walter.
Yeah. I also like all around Dawson's Creek.
That's all I could see when I watched that show.
I like Walternate's world better. That was a cooler universe to play in. When the Olivia one was, when she was stuck in the alternate one without realizing it, that was cool.
Yeah, Olivia didn't think that. She was
but
damn it.
Olivia?
Olivia.
Yeah, she also took over regular Olivia's life on purpose, so that feels worse.
Yeah. Well,
That show was weird.
that show was really weird. I actually started rewatching it a few months ago. I watched, I want to say the first 2 episodes. I need to go back though because like it just the way it morphed from that monster of the week into something completely different. I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah, you go from Monster of the Week to, oh, by the way, there are a bunch of universes and Walter messed one up and now there's a war. And you're like, last season,
Yeah,
there was
but
a
Walter.
porcupine dude. What?
Oops.
Like,
you know,
and then by
you
that
win some,
last
you lose
season,
some.
by the last season, spoiler alert, they're in the future and the observers are like trying to murder. That was so weird. That was the weirdest way to time jump ever.
Yeah,
Just saying something because Star Trek does time jumps that seem weird too.
yeah. All right. Well, are you guys all queued up and ready to go?
Yep. What do we want to
you
start
wanna-
from?
Do you want to watch any additional medical commercials before you begin, Jamie?
There's a chance that I won't have any commercials because I figured out something else.
We shall see.
Mike.
Just
But do we
as
want to stop for Donnie at all?
yeah, whenever we run into a commercial or you run into a commercial or whoever says we have a commercial, we'll pause. That's
Okay.
We'll just need someone to tell us that's what's happening. So
Sounds good.
just to recap, we will count down to play. We will be starting from the 0 marker. If anyone runs into a commercial because of their limited commercial streaming plan, let us know and we will pause and then we will continue at the black screen for the next section of the show.
Particularly if you're watching this after we've already recorded it, please let us know if you've got
Yeah.
commercials and what they are.
And is everybody ready?
Yes.
Where are we starting
Yes.
from? My speaker went out again.
Zero.
Okay.
0.
I'm at that.
All
I
right.
don't have that many zeros.
No, I don't know how many I have. I've got 4.
You listed 5,
four,
dude.
4 zeros. I'm used to time code, which has like 9. All right.
Okay.
So let us go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Show me more Borg babies. That was so weird. I think
Nick,
it's more upsetting that you guys said, yeah, that's a thing.
Oh wow, we're going straight into intro. Not
No cold open.
And the clock didn't start.
Last episode's cold open was my favorite ever. Just leave them on a frickin' satellite for 6 hours. I still want to see what they did for 6 hours.
Right?
Well, got frozen without
Yeah.
blankets.
Without the 2 blankets that got chucked at them afterwards. I saw what this is from. Josh showed me the actual Star Trek intro that was from. So I
Oh
know
yeah.
because I just didn't know that was a thing before.
Oh, Borg cubes.
Yep. Look at me learning.
Hooray!
Is that weird bug thing from anything?
There was an episode of TNG where there was like this space creature that suckled on the Enterprise to absorb its energy that it was outputting.
Interesting.
But it didn't quite look like that though, did it? Because they didn't have the ability to make it.
I don't remember.
it was more of a
I like the lights going by like that. That looks cool.
Yeah.
It was like I don't know, I can't think of the animal, but it wasn't like that now.
Yeah, it didn't look like that.
It looked more like a slug, I think.
Yeah. Like a Kabuto from Pokemon.
Hmm.
Not a Kabutops.
I'm sorry. He has a new soup recipe he has to try. What? That burrito looks good.
Yeah, it does. So does that purple cupcake
I'm
or muffin.
so curious about that purple cupcake. I'm sorry, do they all have like awesome food and he's got like porridge?
That's what it looked like. But that would make sense.
Right? Like burrito,
Whoa!
all that.
Huh.
That's whoa. The Klingon
He
lower
thought that-
decks. Ah.
Are we gonna have the lower decks of Klingons?
I like that they're filing their teeth.
That makes sense. It's
Donnie was pointing out
Boimler!
that the font that they used for the lower decks there was the original Star Trek font.
It looks pretty decent.
Why was that
to be
dude
fair.
standing in the background in a towel?
Oh shoot!
That looks like a Star
Lower
Wars
decks.
ship.
Yes.
Oh, this
Lower
is lower
decks
decks
on a
across
Vulcan.
across the galaxy.
This is awesome.
Metreon particles. Sounds familiar.
Is that the Mariner or the Boimler? It's the Mariner.
Or the Rutherford.
No, she broke the rules.
A Metreon particle can take the form of both radiation and gas. They react
cool.
with dark matter and have temporal properties.
Fields off. That's Mariner. That's the guy that voices Kevin from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and he was the bad guy, like the guy who was in charge of the bad place at the Good Place.
Oh yeah. Michael Kevin something, I think.
Probably. Dang, dude.
I thought Klingon's blood was red.
I
Or
remember it.
purple.
Get it together, Klingon Boimler.
Great elevator music.
Hey.
It's Kayshawn.
He's the guy who got turned into a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is that drink? It looks chunky.
That looked really chunky.
Jennifer!
What?
What?
Stop saying it!
Oh.
Jack Quaid confirmed earlier today that is in fact him screaming every time Boimler screams.
Put it in the clay, Papa Bear. Put it in the clay.
That was a very Martok-like dude.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
What time code are you guys on?
I am at 7:53.
Okay,
I'm a couple seconds behind.
I'm a few seconds ahead.
I'm at 7:59 now.
Just going out of control.
Is that the
That cap-
meditation like the brig?
Yeah.
I like the eyebrows. He's wearing a Go Climb a Rock shirt. That's great.
Oh my God, Boimler.
This is a Star Trek V reference
Yep.
here.
Yep.
What?
Oh.
Sure. I love her so much. I don't know. Sure. Like, what if I fall?
I want one of those Ritos shirts. I've got the disco one.
How come he doesn't have anybody to hang with?
They
He
ran
has
out.
no friends. Other than
Oh,
his
I missed
crew.
that. Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Are they playing angry laser tag?
They're playing they were playing a game from Voyager where you got to shoot the target for points.
Donnie
Friggin'
just
pigs,
got a
dude.
commercial break.
Oh, pause it.
A commercial break.
He's gonna be. I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and pause. But it seems like he's kind of behind us too. I don't know how far. I'm paused at 10:17.
Okay. I'm at
Oh,
10.
I'm at 09. I'm gonna catch up too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm
and
like
catch up to me.
10. What time
or,
code were you on again?
or I could go back to the. Well, no, going back to the black
I'm
screen
at-
would be way
I'm
too
at
far.
10:17 now.
Okay, I'll get to 17.
All right. Yeah, they're on an elevator.
There you go. 10:17.
He's pretending he's from
Exactly.
Hawaii now. It's gonna go so poorly. Also, of course, Ransom's from Hawaii. That makes so much
Right?
sense.
he's Paul Rudd from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I love, like, literally when you're like, yeah, there's a picture of Ransom from the first episode. I'm like, oh my God, he turned into a head and tried to eat the ship. That was amazing. Like, I forgot about that.
There are so
Yeah.
many good things that I need to go back and rewatch the season after we're done with this, just because
Mhm.
Yep.
there's so much that's there. All right, so Donnie Pearson's
Yeah.
at 9:16. So let us know when you get up to 10:17. Well, let's see if you're at 9:16.
It's like a
Because he's
minute.
gonna be behind. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start now, and he should be catching up with us about the same time, I think. If not, we'll be a little ahead or a little behind. So 10:17, press play in 3, 2, 1, play. He's got to surf, right? Like he's got to hurt himself surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he from, like, Wisconsin or something? Vineyard, so probably California.
Vineyards,
Yeah.
yeah, or France, where Picard was from. Oh.
Poor Boimler.
Aw,
Oh.
aw. At least the dog was giving him, doggy kisses and not being a jerk.
Or eating his face.
Yeah.
Basically. Well, we don't know what's happening now.
Rebellion.
I'm wondering if they all like come together.
That's what I'm wondering, if the Vulcan time.
They've all got to be heading in the same direction.
Ooh, I like that quote. That's a good quote.
So monotone.
Mariner is always like ridiculous. I love it.
Like they still got the DS9 model.
Finds out. What? We're hanging out. Do you just have that, Boimler?
Just replicated it straight away.
Also, that's really going to be easy to check, right? Oh, man.
I'm assuming another commercial break might be there. But
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yes.
Yep.
I do not have commercials right now, but there was a break.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's keep playing then.
Okay.
What are those dogs called? I don't remember what they're.
Targs.
Targs.
Yeah.
That's right. Man, he got blood wine all over his screen.
I know. How do you clean that up?
With
Probably a
water and
microfiber
soap.
cloth.
Come on, Klingon Boimler. Come on, Klingon Boimler.
Oh God.
Love the pack leads.
Presents. He sounds insane.
Yeah, he is.
Haha. Why did Klingons know English literature or American literature so well?
Because they're written by Americans.
Aww. That was so sweet. Also, is that why you hate Neelix? Because why is there a chef?
I just hate Neelix because he's just a massive dick. Constantly all the way through the series.
It stopped working? Oh, I love it. I love the Pac-Man. Red alarm.
Alarm.
Red alarm.
Oh, it's so great. Yeah, here's Klingons and the Cerritos.
Oh,
Are the Klingons and the Federation like buddies now?
Yes. At this point, yeah.
So this is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the new second in command was curious about the captain's motives.
Gotcha. Oh my god. I need the backstory of why that guy was wearing a dress from the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, Donnie is really far behind us. He's at 13:15, so he's like 4 minutes behind.
Yeah. California.
Modesto, California.
Not you. Oh.
Not you, Boimler.
Oh.
Nope. Wow. You pretended too, Boimler.
He's just trying to be a dick.
The Packlet lower decks.
Oh no.
Cold ship.
Red alarm. Red alarm.
I want that. Red alarm.
Red alarm. Red alarm.
At the Vulcans now.
Come on, Vulcans. Yeah.
I really like that Shax is still wearing his apron.
Yeah, right?
I wonder why. Of course it is.
Yeah, jerk.
She told him.
Did that chick just like fall out of her chair?
Yeah. Yeah.
It happens. Oh, he's gonna take him out.
nice.
Yeah. Good job, Mariner from the Vulcans.
Uh-oh.
Klingon Boimler, what are you doing?
Oh.
Oh, the dog's gonna attack the other guy because they became
Yeah,
friends.
Yeah.
Aww.
No! Don't kick the dog, you jerk!
Ooh. I don't think that
Ooh.
Oh,
Dang, bro.
hurt.
All right,
What?
Klingon Boimler. Jeez.
I don't think Boimler would have that in him.
No, but this is a Klingon version.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yay!
I hate the Packers so much.
They're
More
just
than
so
Neelix?
dumb.
No, Neelix has an ultimate hate. Like, but the Packers are just the one people. But I'm kind
Red
of glad they are
alert! Red
they've been bad
alert!
for seasons.
We used it on an asteroid and it stopped working. It's a bomb. It only worked. Oh my god.
What a dick.
All right.
Well, that's cool. Now the Vulcans have regenerative shielding.
Well,
Is
and
that-
now this thing with the Klingons and the Pack Leads is probably gonna roll over into the finale.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. That is not a sex candle.
No. Oh.
Huh.
It would be interesting if she
Oh.
went to
Yeah.
Cerritos and Boimler.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Wow, that was sarcastic.
Oh, it's a different bartender.
Werewolves.
What's the
Who are
black
they?
suit?
Aw.
Oh, Jennifer.
He said duty.
Oh, plug for the series. He said that. Oh,
Oh, great.
Oh, Borg.
Oh no, the Borg cube.
Yes.
Lord X.
Yes.
He's not gonna talk.
Oh, they're hooked up. They're regenerating.
Yes, they're all asleep. Mark Evan Jackson. That's the guy that was from The Bad Place.
just the entire thing. It's actually pretty cool.
That was good.
I wonder if
I'm waiting for them to panda Borg Boimler.
Oh man. Okay. So there were a bunch of references in this episode, but none of them like felt really overt.
I understood all of them.
Like the Star Trek V one was, I think, really the biggest that I noticed.
that was the
Did you guys pick up on anything other than that?
let me go back to the episode and see real quick.
I knew what Klingons and Vulcans were, so I was very proud of
That's
myself
good.
for that.
That's good.
And
It's a
I
good start.
recognized the Borg cube, so I'm getting there, guys. Slow, but I'm getting there.
Well, there's kind of a nod to Discovery with the Vulcan getting put into Starfleet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of a nod to Discovery.
Well, is it though? Because like there's been Vulcans in Starfleet since TOS
Was it always a punishment, though?
or Enterprise.
Yeah, that's true. It's not considered a punishment. It's just another option that they have.
Because for her, it was a punishment. So if it was a punishment in another show, then it could be a reference to that.
It's interesting because like the Starfleet seems like the only space agency in the galaxy, or the known galaxy, I should say, that is multicultural. Like because the Vulcans are part of the Federation, but they have their own.
Yeah, very
like,
few other cultures serve on their ships.
Right, yeah. And
But that's same for like almost all the other species. Like
Klingons were just Klingons, the Pakleds were just Pakleds, the Borgs are just Borgs.
Well, I wonder if there are if there are human ships that are just human. I mean, other than transport ships.
That's why I mean. Like there, because Starfleet started on Earth. It's an Earth based association. The Federation is the entire galaxy, or well, all the member planets, kind of like the UN.
Maybe a dumb question. When did we colonize the moon? That Ransom is from the moon?
Maybe 10 years from now.
Oh, good.
I think that
it'd be fun.
Well, actually, no. It would be more than this, because first contact took place in 2063. Is that right?
I'll double check for you.
2163. No, I think
Do we know
2063.
What first contact was with?
The Vulcans.
That's cool.
Yep.
So First Contact, the movie, was the second of the TNG era films, and that took us back in time from the 24th century to First Contact with the Vulcans, which was the first contact that Earth had with an alien species.
That makes sense. They'd be the least likely to freak us out.
Mm-hmm. They noticed Zephram Cochrane, played by the dude from Babe, Pig in the City, or Pig, or whatever. Whatever the first one was.
He's in everything.
You mean James Cromwell?
James Cromwell, yes.
James Cromwell.
He built the first warp capable ship. So he flies it up into space. The Vulcans are like, oh hey, look, a warp signature, and they come to Earth.
Yeah, April 4th, 2063, first contact.
Okay,
so
maybe it was a day earlier.
April 5th is first contact, but 2063.
After 2063 is when the moon was colonized, because as of 2063, it hadn't been yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that one Klingon has got to be a reference to Martok. He's very Martok.
Yeah, he looked
crazy
like it. But the captain looked a lot like Gowron, so I think like those could have just been references for the type of characters. Because like there were female Klingons in the back that kind of looked like one of the Duras sisters. So I think maybe it was just like an amalgam of various Klingons to base them on.
That Captain Klingon was psychotic, and it was hilarious.
Well, Gowron was kind of psychotic. Like he always had crazy eyes. Like always had crazy eyes.
Even when he was smiling, it was like, God damn it, Gowron.
I will forever be sad we don't get an entire episode of the captain, the evil, like scary Klingon captain, having to deal with the Pakleds. Because just that one moment of, we already used it. We used it. We want to test it on a meteor or asteroid or whatever, and it blew up and stopped working. It's a bomb. You can use it. What? Oh my god! Like I just want an entire episode of that.
So to go back to your moon question there, the first, or chronologically, the first reference to any sort of lunar colony is in Enterprise episode Terra Nova, which is season 1, episode 6. It looks like, and that's a lunar colony of New Berlin that was built before 2069. So within 6 years at least of first contact.
Interesting.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, that's the earliest. Yep. Hmm.
So references. What was there? What else did you notice? Was there anything like I said? We saw the Cerritos shirt, which looked like the Discovery T-shirts. I would buy one of those.
Did you notice the shoes? I know in one of the episodes earlier we saw that the bottom of the shoes have the insignia,
Yeah.
but so did the side of the shoes.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I would totally buy Starfleet sneakers. Like if Converse came out with some Chucks that had the Starfleet insignias on it,
Yeah.
I'd buy them in a heartbeat.
Nice.
I would have to get a pair called Converse, but KAHN.
Oh,
Nice.
we need to just do that. We'll just
Right?
we'll just make them. Like we can modify Converse to Converse. That's interesting. I
He's
think
abandoned us.
I think he heard a car going off and is looking outside to see what it is.
Oh. Like yesterday during the stream where my thing froze and then I was just gone.
Yeah.
I seem to have found some Federation shoes.
I'm assuming that's not my car.
No, sorry, that was really loud. I was sorry about that.
Just all of a sudden you bolted up and I was like, it's got to be the car alarm.
Yeah. I double check. It was really loud, so I couldn't tell if you guys could hear it from here. But
I
did. I heard it,
but I can hear it from hearing it.
Yeah, that made sense.
Okay, so anyway, back to the episode. What kind of stuff stood out to you guys? What did you like? What did you not like? Did you like this format? Did you like seeing other lower decks from different ships?
I thought it was fun and it was interesting, but I also think I would have rather seen more of the characters doing like what they do on their day off. Like when they're all running to their posts, there was one dude literally in like a Renaissance fair dress. I'm like, what were you up to, man?
He's probably at a Renaissance fair.
I want to see Starfleet at a Renaissance fair. You know, like it's got to be led by that dude who is like the Virgin Prince.
I see.
Or then Shax is like throwing pottery and also has a soup recipe that he wanted Rutherford to try.
So as soon as the pottery thing started, I thought we were gonna get a ghost.
Yeah.
Like I was positive that there was gonna be a ghost.
Huge ghost reference.
I think what I loved about that scene so much was even though Rutherford was in security for 10 minutes, he's part of that bear club thing.
Yeah.
Like he's calling him Papa Bear and they still hang out. I'm like, that's hilarious. And you have Boimler who's giving up to save his life.
Why was he so upset about Bajor?
I don't think we know.
I think it was because Boimler implied that he was like just hanging out and learning how to throw pottery on Bajor instead of fighting fascism.
I mean, that's probably part of it. But Rutherford was like, "Don't mention Bajor," so it seemed like just mentioning Bajor was an issue.
Maybe he's got like crazy PTSD or something, or maybe it's connected to that whole thing about him coming back to life.
That's very possible.
That's where I thought it was going. I thought he was gonna like he couldn't remember Bajor or something like that. Yeah.
I was a little surprised that him and his lady friend, the cat doctor, were not spending their day together.
Well, it seemed like it had to be like an upper deck and a lower decker, right?
Mm.
That's why
I didn't like that wording.
Nope. Upper decker is what you do in an enemy's toilet.
Oh, okay.
It's you open up.
Super bummed that I knew that, by the way. Super
I'm sorry. I did not know that. I apologize. I
Josh is like, that's not great. I'm like, man, I'm super bummed that I know what that reference is.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Now
Did
that's
not
just
know
gonna
that.
be a thought. It's gonna be in your head. You're gonna walk into someone's bathroom. You're gonna be like, what kind of smells in here?
What are you doing? Stop it!
You're gonna have to lift the tank up to look.
Oh my god, you're the worst.
Oh boy.
I'm like terrified to go to other places now. Thanks, Josh.
Listen, I've gotten
So excited for Saturday.
I've gotten so used to just from jobs that I've had on various sets, having to stick my hand down into the tank to fix toilets, because apparently that's a thing in house-based reality shows, is people don't know how to flush a toilet and they just keep hitting the thing until the chain snaps. So I've had to fix so many toilets on TV shows that I've worked on.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Those aren't even that hard to fix when that happens.
No. It's super easy.
Like, so I'm kind of interested now. When you're sitting with your friends and you're watching, and you go, "Oh, I worked on that show." Do you go, "Yeah, that toilet is a 2482. I fixed it. You need a adjacent for this part because the plumbing is bad." And you're like, "Oh, your friend's
need
like, oh, that's really nice
to fix what he's talking about. You need a hand. That's it.
Yeah, but then you got to make sure that
you have
vent's
to
not
put the
clogged.
right amount of torque on the chain so that it doesn't stay lifted and you get the
Yeah, you
sound.
need it to be taut, not loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't have a 842 chain. You need an 843 chain, which is slightly stronger.
Everyone watching this is like, why is this your conversation?
But can you imagine? Like, oh,
we're gonna get a few thumbs downs for this.
This is exactly what people on the lower decks would be doing as part of their job.
Right?
Let's be real.
So I don't think I've ever actually had a conversation about that, but I have been watching shows that I've worked on and been like, that woman is a bitch, where that dude is a dick.
She and he clogged that toilet, and I had to fix it after. God damn them!
Oh, okay. So there was one show that I worked on. It was one of the first reality shows that I had a job on after graduating from college, and it was a house-based reality show, and three of the housemates that were there were cooking something, and I guess they decided that they didn't want it any longer, so instead of throwing it out, they were like, "Oh, well, we don't want to throw this out. We'll put it down the garbage disposal." They didn't turn it on before they started putting stuff down there, and they dumped like half a pot full of whatever it was down into the garbage disposal, and it just clogged it up. So I had to take the garbage disposal off to either to get it replaced or to try and fix it. But as soon as I took it off, everything that they dumped in there just like started pouring out. At the same time, there was drama in the house starting, and the people that were arguing come running in from another room. So the cameras come in. So now I'm sitting behind the island in the kitchen, holding the garbage disposal, and this goop is just pouring out of it. And I can't go anywhere because the cameras are all around me.
You're like, hi.
So that was fun. Those are the kinds of stories that I have, though.
I can imagine like that.
You are like the epitome of reality show Lower Deck.
Yeah. That was me for a long time.
I can imagine them arguing. Then one looks over, and you're staring at them, going, "Fucking hate you." So you can't say anything. You just stare at them, and they're like, "Oh shit, let's take this argument into the room." You're like,
I think
I would see
that and grown up. That sounds disgusting.
The best part about those though are when you're stuck like that and you've got someone calling you on the walkie to do something else, and they're like, Josh, come in, Josh. And I'm like, I can't talk right now.
I've got you on me.
They're like, what?
Morse code it.
I want that. I want Star Trek of that. I want the Star Trek like reality show where it's the cameras are all on the ship.
It's like, oh my god, Karen like beamed in today and she told me about her new tricorder. Oh, I'm so jealous.
Just like the super mundane conversations. It's like, I ordered a BLT from 10 Forward at lunch, and the lettuce was really wilty. It just was not
They
great.
put
And
arugula
I
on
just
instead of lettuce. I didn't want a BAT. God damn it.
I was spending the entire day waiting for that sandwich because I was really hungry and I was really looking forward to it. And then they just ruined it. And I didn't want it anymore. And now I'm not hungry, but I'm really hungry. And I just don't want to eat. I just
You're like making the most depressing reality show ever.
Replicators were down in my quarters, and I hated it.
I would love it though if it was like following a ship that was like as ridiculous as the Cerritos. Because don't you want to see like, okay, we're left, we're going on a thing. Where's my child? Whoops. Do you think they'd notice we abandoned them for 6 hours? Probably not, right? We're good.
Nah.
So my child got into the transporter again, and oh my god, just didn't materialize. Oh my god, stop it!
Have you
Like,
guys seen?
can we not get Miles there?
What was it Avenue J on HBO?
No.
So it's a sci-fi series starring Hugh Laurie, Josh Gad, and like
Oh, I know the one.
a couple of other random people. But it's a space cruise ship that
Oh, you told me about that.
they get stuck. Like something knocks them off course, and instead of now, it's like a Gilligan's Island type thing. Instead of it taking them like the 3 weeks that it was going to take them to get home, now it's going to be like 3 months or 3 years or something crazy. So they're all just stuck there. But this, like those conversations are like what happens on that. Like it's fully ridiculous stuff too. Like like Hugh Laurie just pretending to be the captain because they hired an actor because the ship is self-automated, but they felt that people would be more comfortable if there was if there was an actual captain on the ship, even though the ship did everything itself. So once they get knocked off course, they start asking Hugh Laurie what to do. It's like, he just starts making shit up.
It's like not die, hopefully.
But that's, I think that's why I like that show is because of like it's just so random. And it works.
Speaking of random, I think one of the best lines was the irony of Boimler telling them how it was wrong for them to pretend they were from Hawaii because that's culturally insensitive, as he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. A Hawaiian shirt. Like, oh, that was great. That was so funny. Like, like Boimler, where was this attitude? Oh, I don't know. Any other point in the episode when you did the exact same thing?
Well, it didn't matter then. It's different.
It mattered when he was being left out.
Right. That's just how it works.
Also, his only new bridge buddy are like people he basically has to tutor.
What are their uniforms though? Like, Caitlin, I know you're probably not gonna know this, but
I have no idea.
JB and Mark, like the kid that came up to him at the end was wearing like an all black.
I assume they were like
I
assume they were like probationary Starfleet people.
Maybe?
Like interns.
I don't know, like cadets maybe?
Yeah, because he sounded younger, and he was saying he was like really overwhelmed with work and stuff, and didn't know how to balance or manage it or whatever. So that sounded like something a little baby cadet would be talking about.
So it's in the academy. I think there's definitely. I think there's so many, because if you're in the academy, you have like a grey and a red top. So I think this is like proper like training, like not even in Starfleet.
That like what Wesley Crusher had on at one point?
He wears quite
sort
a
of,
few.
but his is like a onesie, like a weird looking onesie.
All of their uniforms are weird looking onesies.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I'm looking at a cosplay page, and it's got the gray shirt with the black top, and that's just the undershirt from the rest of the uniform from the TNG movie era.
Hold on, there was just a group of people there who were like, "Nah, I don't need to put on a uniform. I'll just wear my undershirt to hang out. It's cool."
I mean, Superman's costume
your...
in Man of Steel is basically just their underwear. That's what they wear under the armor.
It's trunks.
So I'm just having a look because
I love that Superman wears underwear on the outside. It's so dumb.
It's fun. Well, I mean, I get the speedo because like that's a callback to
You
that's a
get
callback
the
to
speedo?
yeah that's a callback to like strongmen from like sideshows and like circus like
I
that
know.
was a
I love how you said it though, as if like that part of the uniform makes sense. Nothing else.
I mean it kind of does. Hold on.
Cape makes sense. His cape is for controlling his aerodynamics. The Speedo is a choice he made. Like that's an aesthetic choice Superman made and was like confident about.
I mean,
I don't need to know you own those. What are you doing?
Are those Robin?
no. Here. These are official Superman trunks.
Sometimes when you show me things like this, I just get sad.
These were DC sent these to me after or not after, but with Action Comics 1000 when that released like 2 years ago, I think.
They're like, here's a comic book. Also, we didn't know what else to give you. Here's some trunks. You can use them with
pants,
your.
just have them.
Well,
Right?
I mean, you've seen like the weird stuff that studios put into like those gifts boxes that they send out to people. This was that.
I got a puzzle.
See,
No idea
if I was in
why.
charge of something, if I was in charge of something like that, I would find something that pushes the boundary of what the fuck. That's freaked me out to the point where it doesn't get me in trouble.
I think
They-
that's trunks.
That would be my.
Yeah. Probably.
No. If I was going to send trunks, I would have sent what's that thing that Borak wears? That like
The
thing that
singlet?
cups down. It's a singlet or something like that. I would just send that with the Superman logo on the front and be like, wear it in peace.
I think you would need it to be wrestling related, and then you could probably get away with it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'd send it out in a loot crate and be like, there you go, guys, enjoy.
That's Loot Crate. Like you get what you get with Loot Crate, man.
That is very very true. So we've got one episode of Lower Decks remaining in the season. Last season we had the big all-out fight with the Pack-Leds. What do we think is going to happen this time around? Because obviously the
Boimler's
Pack-Leds
double.
are building back up again. The Klingons are, well, at least one Klingon was getting in the middle of it.
I want to
Just
see
to,
Boimler's double again.
Yes.
Just to quickly go back, what those guys were wearing was an acting ensign uniform from the 2365 to 2366 era.
So
A
that
So like
fine
a
vintage.
Brody.
Yeah, so that was basically what Crusher was wearing. So you were right.
Yeah.
I was right. Wow. This is a day that will go down in infamy. October 7th, 2021. I got a Star Trek reference.
Yeah.
Right, people.
It's funny because it does kind of look like. Let me see if I can get a link to this thing.
Clearly, I am now an expert in all things Star Trek.
But why didn't he have a sex candle with him?
That's next week with
That's a
Boimler's
solid
double.
question.
We're going to see both Boimlers with the sex candle. Come on.
Something the ghost. I'd love it if they got the guy in Dracula to come back and voice his character.
Yo,
So we see that we like
wasted-
Star Trek. So sex ghost.
wasted opportunity when they were throwing pottery for not just a ghost, but the sex
Yeah.
ghost candle.
That could have been.
That would have been amazing.
I mean, that does have to come back at some point.
I mean, they brought Naked Time back. Like, nothing's out of bounds, in my opinion.
Like I just feel like we need an episode where someone accidentally sets
Boimler.
off the sex ghost candle. Yeah.
Boimler.
Yeah, it would definitely be Boimler.
What do you mean if someone accidentally is Boimler? And it's probably that Mariner found it for him and gave it to him as a present, knowing exactly what that was. Comes out of the room,
Yeah.
just looks like real freaked out. She's like, "Do you have fun?" He's like, "What?"
Or Ransom. Like I could see them pulling a prank on Ransom and just giving it to him as a gift.
You know what's terrifying? Ransom would probably come out of the room and just look like happy. They're like, that's
Like,
not
I'm
the
fine with
reaction
it.
we were looking for. He's like, that was fun. They're like, what?
I just sent you guys a link to the cosplay thing that I found. Because it's
only $36.
right. It's the undershirt.
Get that now.
You know, that'd work. I want a badgie costume. That's what I want. Also, like just like one of those blow up, like the ones that have the fans at the bottom of them.
Or like a cardboard cutout that you just stick on your head.
Yes.
That's what you need, and it has little arms that you can control.
It's like a sandwich board type thing.
Yeah.
That's,
I think that would work well. You need
Yeah.
to make one.
If we ever are all like wearing cosplay, you have to do that.
done. Although for a while I wanted to do a group cosplay of the Teen Titans from Teen Titans Go, from the Night Begins to Shine, where they all turned like Mad Max cyberpunkish.
There is apparently a badgie T-shirt from the official Star Trek shop.
Buying it.
Well,
I
yeah,
will-
you can wear the badgie T-shirt with your trunks.
Yeah, I can.
And I'll
would.
And then
cry.
he's gonna stand up in the stream all the time.
Although didn't you guys decide last night that I was gonna have to do a shirtless
Yes!
pose for something?
Josh specifically, foolishly, told us that he was going to the gym regularly, to which my response
Not
was,
yet. So I just said I just joined a gym.
you shouldn't have brought it up, man. So I'm like, great. You have until Hawkeye, November 24th, and yet we're going to need you to have a shirtless pose where you're like hulked out as our waiting stream screen, so you can prove that riding the bike is going to get you ripped.
Do it. I am now.
Did you join the one down
This
the
is-
street?
Planet Fitness.
Oh, okay.
It's $20 a month.
So you
so
can
I was
go
like,
at
all right,
any
I'll do
time.
that.
I love that you
Yeah,
learn
open
nothing.
24/7.
You learn nothing from watching me, like, anytime Richard brings anything up, immediately finding a way to mock it, and then you went, I joined a gym, and expected no response.
Oh, that's fine. I get people back eventually.
That's not great.
We won't talk about the reason why, but I had convinced an old roommate of mine on a job that we were both working together that one of the contestants on the show thought he poisoned her.
What did he do, like, in response to that?
He couldn't do
He
anything
poisoned her.
because that was in response to something that he did.
No, what I mean is, like, did he, like, freak out and
Oh,
try
yeah.
to convince her
was-
that he
was
had
fre-
it,
he was
and she was
freaked
just
out for
real
the entire
confused?
day. Because like there's like I'll tell you guys about this some other time, but there was
Yeah, incriminating.
there's a lot of funny stuff that came about because of that, and
That's
stuff that I
awesome.
didn't know that made it even better.
That's amazing.
But
I'm like terrified that your way of punishing me is the next time I come over for a work thing, you're gonna answer the door in the trunks, and I'm just gonna start crying.
No, it'll just be a black cardboard strip.
Yeah. And then badgie.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all we have to talk about for this episode. We have gone completely off the rails into stuff that is not
always
related
do.
in the least.
There's
So-
probably another car alarm going off I need to look at.
I'm sure there is. So today is our last live stream of the week. You can join us back here again on Saturday for the Retro Ranger wrap up for the next
Friday.
grouping of episodes. Friday night on Twitch for our Monster Squad smoke along, drink along, have fun along, whatever whatever you want to do.
I neither smoke nor drink, so you'll probably find me in the chat.
Yes, you just consume vast quantities of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that Friday night. We'll post the time to Twitter and to YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else, so you guys can see when we are bringing that up. Saturday, we have the Retro Ranger show, the regular Ranger wrap up, and the Retro Sentai wrap up. Or is that
Well
your
done.
show?
Sentai wrap up is on a Wednesday with Zen Kaija, not the best Super Sentai that they've ever made, but it's better than Neelix.
Is that your bar?
That should just be your gauge.
That's-
Is it better or worse than Neelix? Like no numbers,
Yeah.
just.
I don't think that there's anything worse than Neelix in his world.
2 Neelixes.
That's true.
Oh,
Two
dude.
Neelixes.
To be fair, I probably
A
would like
planet of
mirror version
Neelixes.
of Neelix.
I'm not
Oh,
saying
God.
mirror version, just like all of them are the same type of like clones.
Well,
like clone
mirror
Neelix.
universe Neelix would have to be not annoying, right?
Yeah, he'd have to be the coolest person ever.
He'd be badass. I'd be like, I like Mirrorverse Neelix. That's one thing I never understood why they didn't do Mirrorverse Voyager or Mirrorverse TNG.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because like it seems with DS9 they brought in both the Mirrorverse and Section 31.
Yeah.
And TNG we didn't get either of those. Did we get Section 31 in Voyager? I don't remember.
No.
I don't think so.
No, it wasn't. The
That's-
only closest thing you get to a mirror universe is that one episode where they find the Doctor's program, like his backup program after an attack on a planet, and they've kind of thought, well, this alien
Right.
race massively destroyed us, so we're going to say it's the bad one. And it's like Voyager has 39 photon cannons, phaser cannons, and it's a warship, and everyone hates them. And I'm like, that's the closest we get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, and
Yeah, they did.
once we get Fairhaven,
there was also
fuck
the
that
episode
shit.
with Species 8. Was it 8472 where they had the Starfleet training center to teach them how to
Yeah.
act like Starfleet.
But yeah, I wouldn't say that's Mirrorverse. What did we get instead? We got like at least 6 episodes of Fairhaven, where no one really wanted to go to that Irish town. Janeway falling in love with the cheeky barman who's like, I'm not going to do impressions. Like, you can't go out there, Catherine. You can't. And like, I can do what I freaking want. Oh look,
Her
the
name is
holodecks.
Catherine?
Yeah, Catherine Janeway.
Yeah.
And her real name is Kate Mulgrew.
I knew that. I knew that from Warehouse 13.
Right. It kind of reminded me a little bit of in the TNG, the was in the holodeck Minuet, the French girl who was actually turned out to be like an alien or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Minuet.
Yeah, so many weird things in Star Trek, but they're all so great. But yeah, that is it for us for this week. Once again, make sure to tune in on YouTube over the weekend for all the Ranger stuff, the Illuminati Wrestling Order, and we'll be back here with the season finale of Lower Deck Season 2 next Wednesday. We'll be down for a week and then back with the first episode of Star Trek Prodigy when that drops on the 28th.
Are we going to be here?
No, we are not going to be here. We are going to be on Twitch. All of our watch-alongs are all moving over to Twitch. We should have new layouts for everything. It should be a bit of a graphical bump. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. So I'm not amazing at graphics, so we'll see.
As long as we just have you doing the Hulk thing, I think we'll be fine.
Do it. I want you paint yourself green as well.
I did go as the Incredible Hulk for Halloween one year.
Do you have like a suit for it?
I had a mask.
Nice.
I just cut up a pair of jeans.
Nice.
Dyed them purple. It was all fine.
And a ripped suit shirt. So it was great. But yeah. Anyway, we will catch you guys next time. So bye.
Bye.